We live.
Surprise, mother.
I know. Finally get to see
Start
what
that
E-Cam look
countdown.
like.
Late night.
Sunday morning. Yeah.
I know, right?
Late night special.
This is game day, technically, man.
Game day. We're the first ones to give it to
I
you.
know, right?
This is the no holds bar show. You know what I mean? Like we not gonna be nice this show. That's
Up here in the witching hour.
during the day and the evenings we're real nice. You know what I mean?
Different times, man. Let's go.
Facts.
Nah, man. But hey, look, it's gonna be a great show, man. Live in LA.
Live.
Sure, live in LA. We on the
Los
LA
Angeles.
times.
Live in LA for sure.
Man. In person, too, man.
I know, right?
Man,
The full crew, man.
it's crazy,
Yo.
man.
Love
This is legendary. This is legendary.
Facts.
Don't forget to clock in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Light the thumbs. Here we go.
There once lived a king who reigned over a prosperous empire for many years, driven by an insatiable hunger for conquest. He amassed a formidable army, striking fear into the hearts of all. However, malevolent forces led to his downfall. Now, a promising regime has arisen to reclaim the kingdom's former splendor. On this day, dreams come true and nightmares are born. There are many fan bases, but only one nation. Welcome to the best football show on earth.
And our coaches and our players for buying in. It wasn't easy. It was something that probably many people didn't think would happen, as you say, overnight. But when you have good people in the building, and you have the belief, you have the trust, you have the accountability, you earn respect, you do it the Raider way, you buy in, you understand that nobody's bigger than the shield and the patch, and that you play for a lot more than just the name on your back. Raider Nation, stand up.
We live.
Let's go.
What's going on? We are live.
Yes, sir.
Direct from LA, man. We live from LA, man. Hey, look. Hey, we not coming from different screens now. Y'all, like, look, we all in the same room, same everything, man. So, look, man, it's gonna be a great show. How's everybody doing, man? First, let's start off that in a positive way. Like I said, this is gonna be a very direct show, man, because it's a late night special. But what's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing, man? Let the people know how y'all feeling, man.
Oh, man.
Man, it's early, man. You know, it's so late, it's early, man.
Exactly.
We up here on the witching hour, man, getting ready. First thing, giving you the first game day, pre-game day coverage right now. First thing in the morning. I'm ready to go, man. Let's get it, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, welcome, Pharaoh, to my home, man. You know, welcome to LA, man.
LA.
Welcome out here, man.
Hey, you got a nice place, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty official, man. This
Not
is
my
official.
actual home, but you know.
Nah, this is your house, bro.
I know, right?
The studio, man. It's the studio, man.
For sure.
But nah, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. Like the Raiders just never stop giving us things to talk about. It's obviously, I mean, it's technically it's game day. It's game day. It's a late night special show, and it's technically game day. Raiders and Chargers. We're gonna get into that, last minute thoughts. But man, before we get into the big news that came out today, which I found out probably I was late. I was late to the party. You know what I mean? But let's get into the chat. Let's see what's good with the nation, man. Edgar in the building. Let me make this. Hold up. Let me supersize this right here real quick. You know what I mean? Pause. You know what I mean? If y'all motherfuckers in the chat. What's good, nation, man? Appreciate you coming through, Edgar. Man, right through Counter-Strike, man. My guy says greetings from Quebec. Is it Quebec? Quebec, fellas. We rocking the Raiders over here. Hey, man. Hey, you know what's crazy? I was in the elevator today and I met someone from Canada as well. Hey, Canada. Hey, Raider Nation is worldwide.
Canada is representing, man. We worldwide out here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. East Coast Gridiron in the building. He said, yo, man, appreciate you coming through.
Shout out to the late night gang.
No,
man.
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning over there.
Man.
You ain't lying about that. Listen.
Top of the morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 80s baby in the building, man. He got a message for Mike. He says, what's good? Salute, Big Mike.
What up? What up?
Appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, let's not waste any time, man. Look, obviously, crazy day, by the way. I'm coming from NorCal to meet my guys here in SoCal, man. Look, hey, we had to make it happen. But, I was late to find out about Koonce. Literally on the IR. Now, back in the day, when someone said injury reserve, that means you out for the season. So my initial reaction was, damn.
Yeah, it was.
Just complete sadness. I was like, damn,
I was like, nah, bro, don't worry.
All that excitement about the defensive line, I'm like, man, I was just like, but now, the current rules and how it's set up, I think he's going to be back in how many games?
It said at least 4 games.
At least 4 games. So what's the injury? Has the injury come out? I'm not 100% sure. I tried to look it up before we went live, but I didn't see.
So nothing specific. I know it's a knee.
Yeah.
And initially they were saying, because he's been he was listed on an injury report with it. Initially they were saying, hey, you know what? We just want to be precautious. We're taking precautions because SoFi has some notorious, turf, and we don't want him to aggravate it. But then it comes out they're putting him on injury reserve, so maybe it's a little bit more serious than they're leading on to. So I know with the temporary injury reserve, it's a minimum 4 games, but as we saw with Faison last year, it could linger. So the hope is that 4 games we have him back, and now I think our 5th game is Broncos, I believe.
Broncos.
Yeah, man. Hey, Doppelganger says far west coast here, Anchorage, Alaska.
Dang.
You got Randy saying from the Big Island, man. Raider Nation for life, man. Appreciate you coming through. Sure. Yeah, I already know you worldwide, man. We talked about it before, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Hey, look.
We got worldwide, man. We got Hawaii out here, Alaska. We got everybody. We got every corner of this earth, man, covered.
Facts. And John Deng says, "Hey, I'm excited. He said I can't even sleep. He can't even sleep, man.
We up, man.
Hey, look, perfect timing, man. You just in time, man, for the late night edition of the Around the Shield, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Look, 80s baby has a message for Mike. He says, off the subject, but what about them Trojans?
Hey. Nice little donut,
what about
Utah State. Oh,
what about them?
Yeah, we got a Bruin in the house too. Unfortunately,
what about them, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a Bruin over here too. But hey, we'll see in a couple months, man. We'll see what's up in a couple months.
Nah, man, it's gonna probably look like that.
Yeah, nice little donut. Yeah,
it's gonna probably look like that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, no facts, 100%, man. But look. Doppelganger says we own the world. Hey, man, Raider Nation is worldwide, man. I've met people from all over the world when it comes to being Raider fans. It's crazy. My friend, who's not a Raider fan, actually, he said he was in Japan, and he just went to go do some stuff on the island and or in Japan, and he said he went into the mall. There's so much Raider gear everywhere.
That's true.
Right.
And I've talked to people who say Raiders are kind of like a fashion statement in other places and countries. So. There's that too, but still, at the end of the day, Raider Nation is worldwide, man. Raiders is worldwide, man. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun, man. Hey, today we're able to see the Raiders finally after a long off season. But let's get back into it, man. Koonce is out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Koonce is out, and he's the guy that we expected to be part of that dynamic defensive line with Christian Wilkins. Obviously, you got Max Crosby on the other side, and Koonce. Now that kind of their depth is going to get tested now. The Raiders' depth is going to get tested.
Shoot. You already know how I feel about Tyree Wilson, man. But it is his time, man. And you know what? We said it earlier. it's funny how Tyree Wilson always seems to find a way to be on the field.
Bro.
Last year it was Chandler Jones. This year it's
Koonce.
It's Koonce, and he's got to bring it, man. This is the time when he's got to bring it, and you know it's gonna be a big deal. These next 4 weeks is a make or break kind of situation for him, to be honest with you. Yeah. You know, and to be honest, you know, say you do have something in Tyree Wilson, you know, does that justify you paying a Malcolm Koonce? Yeah. Especially because if he's an injury guy, a guy that we have to worry about not being available. If you got something in Tyree Wilson, do you pay Malcolm Koonce? Yeah. You know, you give him a 1-year prove it deal, or you give him, you know, you franchise tag him, which is ridiculous. I wouldn't do that. That's but
crazy expensive too.
You know, so man, these 4 weeks are crucial for both Tyree Wilson and Malcolm Koonce because of contract disputes and, you know, Tyree Wilson's future. To be honest with you, if he doesn't bring it, then, you know, we got Janarius Robinson that, you know, he can come up and you know, and you know, we're going to be talking about, you know, the guys that they brought up as well. Yeah. So it's big. This is a big deal for everybody right now. It's a lot of things pending on what's happening in the next 4 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. And 80s basis, I think Tyree got to show out by the deadline or he gets traded. Whoo. Hey, man. Yeah. I believe that. Man, I do. You calling it out, man. Second year though, man. It's a little early, but what's gonna happen? There's been extreme like examples of this, especially if with Koonce out and the Raiders need him to step up and he doesn't step up, and you got a new GM in Telesco who's evaluating the roster, who's trying to get better, he's not really attached to Tyree because he didn't make the pick. Exactly. So he could easily just, you know, and you know that's a conversation that hopefully we don't have, but I'm just saying like we gotta be honest. But if you look at it from the other perspective with Koonce, he gets hurt. Yeah. Contract year. Yeah. Kind of gives the Raiders a little bit of an upper hand. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that. Possibly. Because I want Koonce to come back. I want Koonce to come back, man. Yeah. We know he's talented, but like I think that buys the Raiders at least another year. That's a good point, because even if he comes out and just tears up the league, sets the league on fire, the Raiders can still be like, but you weren't available when we needed you. Yeah. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. That is advantage Raiders in this situation. Yeah, Daniel Kim in the building. Hey, man, appreciate you coming through. Salute my guys. Hey, man, we'll see you We're going to see you today, later today, man. We're going to see you at the game, man. Appreciate you coming through. And Anthony, man, I appreciate. He says, yo, the homies together, man. Can't wait to pump it. Hey, as pause, you know what I mean? Where's my pause button, man? Where's my pause button? I'm assuming he meant bump, bro. Yeah,
like. I am praying that he meant. If Anthony is trying to hand you a drink, brother, just go ahead. Yo.
Hey, would you like a drink? Nah, bro.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't need that. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't take that drink.
I can't take that right. I can't take that.
Oh man.
No, but Anthony, man, it's gonna be dope seeing you, man. You're gonna be at the tailgate tomorrow, so we're gonna have a good time. Nah, appreciate you coming through, man. It's gonna be fun tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a lot of Raider fans, man. Look, LA is the second home for all Raider fans. I mean, at least for NorCal Raider fans. And then now, like, it's kind of like now it's the ultimate meeting place for like the heart and soul of Raider Nation, to be honest with you, if you want to keep it real. As of right now, you know, because Las Vegas is still kind of
trying to figure it out.
They're still trying to figure it out, man. They're still trying to figure it out, man.
Yeah,
but
man. Shout out to my Ooslecki, man.
All good. No, man. Hey, appreciate it, Randy. Appreciate it. Hey, man.
We got folks in here.
Yeah,
man.
everybody's coming through. Hey, late night special, man. Y'all missing. Hey, this is a legendary classic. Sure. You know, collab right now. Hey, we had to make it happen. So So obviously that's why we going live late night. We're like, hey, you know what? Let's just go live, man, because we got some things that we got to talk about. So we're talking about the defensive line. Next man up, Tyree Wilson. Yes. You mentioned Denarius Robinson. Yeah. Now I'm gonna pass this to Severe. Mm-hmm. Do you think Robinson? There's a chance that he can start over Wilson tomorrow?
I think there's a very strong chance that he can start over Wilson tomorrow. And that is a sad state of affairs, right? This is a guy we took last year with the number 7 overall pick, top 10 pick. We had the consensus number 1 player on the board. We had some other players we were interested in the first round as well that we could have made a move back and still picked up those players. But we elected to get this guy, and if we're saying that we have you're that high of a pick, generally you want that guy starting out the gate. But at the time we had Chandler Jones, so we weren't expecting him to start. Then he was pressed into duty and didn't impress. So then he come back this second year. He's like, hey, you know what? Hey, he didn't miss the off-season program with injuries. He had a full year to heal. He had all the OTAs, all the training camp. It's a brand new Tyree. And we have an injury at the guy that's still starting over him, a whole different guy. So not even the guy we expected him to start over him year 1 in Chandler. This year, the guy that was expected to start over him is Malcolm Koonce, a guy that some people speculated last year, wouldn't make the team or would be out of the rotation. And now that guy is starting over Tyree. And it's like now that Tyree is pressed into duty, we're like disappointed. Like, damn, we got to see like you shouldn't be disappointed to see your previous number 1 overall pick, a guy top 10, be pressed into duty. You should be excited. Like, man, I'm ready to see Tyree get after it. But no, I can narrowly find a person in Raider Nation that's looking forward to see Tyree play full time. Maybe some people are cautiously optimistic or they're hoping he gets it together, but nobody I can find is truly excited about that happening, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah, man, it's just where we're at with Tyree right now because our expectations are not really high. But when your expectations of Tyree aren't high, that means anything that he kind of gives you will be a plus.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So
it should be expected.
It's a good spot for Tyree if you think about it. It's a good spot. So if he makes one tackle or if he pressures the quarterback. Yeah. And Max Crosby cleans it up, or Chris. Hey, we'll take that. Yeah, we'll take that. And the good thing is that we got Christian Wilkins. You know what I mean? In the inside, he's still going to be a force in the middle. Obviously, Max Crosby is going to still continue to do what he does. Yeah. Hopefully, Denarius Robinson can also add to that as well. And Snowden was also brought up too. So, a lot of people were kind of wondering why Snowden got cut, and obviously they brought him back in the to the practice squad. What do y'all think? Mike, what do you think about Snowden coming on? Do you think there's a chance where he gets some good snaps during tomorrow's game, or just more of he's probably gonna play special teams and maybe more precautionary reasons?
I think he'll get some time. I think he'll get a little bit of time. But I think that between Tyree Wilson and our guy Denarius Robinson, I think they're gonna both just kind of split. And it's really. We want to say who's going to start. It's probably going to be Tyree Wilson who starts. Yeah. But it really matters who finishes, and that's something that we have to really monitor. If a game is close, who's out there? Yeah. Who's going to be the one that's going to be in those crunch time situations? Yeah. Are they going to put a Tyree Wilson in there, or are they going to put a high motor guy like a Denarius Robinson, who's shown that when he's on the field, he gets the job done. Right. So. It does not necessarily matters who starts this. It's a matter who's in those most critical plays when it comes down to it. And if I had to guess, it'd be Denarius Robinson. And Snowden, I thought that he should have made the squad. And he played well in the preseason. And I would like to see him on some plays. I mean, we're going to see very limited with him. We won't see much. And he'll be a special teams guy, like you said, possibly. Yeah. So, that's what I'm looking forward to with them.
Yeah. We'll see. It might be a situation where the Raiders have a specific role for Tyree, and they don't want to move him from that role because they feel like he's part of this. They might have a plan for him, like a developmental plan. Like they know where Tyree's at right now, They know that as of right now, he just needs to focus on being a good role player. And in that, him being a role player, he develops over time. You don't want to hear that from a guy picked number 7. You want to see more, but at the end of the day, like it might be a situation where he comes in on passing downs. They play him in the inside, and they want to keep him at that spot. They don't want to have him on the other side where that was more of a Koonce role where he was just pretty much being that edge rusher. But I'm not sure if Tyree is someone at this point in his career that you can rely on consistently to pressure the quarterback from the edge spot.
No, I mean his moves are very limited.
You know what I mean? So you probably want someone that a little bit more savvy, a little bit more skilled, someone that you trust a little bit more. Yep. I don't know if that's Snowden as of right now, because there's probably certain things about him that are a little bit raw. Maybe he needs to develop, but I think maybe Janarius Robinson looked like he could possibly get some runs. So I think that might be the plan.
And another guy that we gotta. I mean, I know they might not do this, but this is somebody we have to consider. Is Amari Gaynor. Yeah, it's a guy that could be on the other side, on the edge. He can play edge. He's very versatile.
Yeah, he did play it at North Carolina.
Yeah, so maybe give him a try.
Yeah.
He seems to be ascending as far as linebackers, and the linebacker room is all of a sudden deep, right? Like we got linebackers, guys. Yeah. Like so, in order for you to get your most talented guy on the field, your most talented guys on the field, maybe Amari Gaynor is that guy that you can throw on the other side and kind of change a pace, get after the quarterback.
Yeah.
If your guys like Janarius Robinson or Tyree Wilson, we know is very limited with his pass rushing, his moves and skill set at this point. Maybe throwing Amari Gaynor and see what he can do.
Daniel Kim has a question. Did the captains get named? I don't think they have.
I didn't hear anything.
I think they're going to be announced like during the game.
Probably.
Yeah,
they'll probably do a pregame and get guys like hyped up.
Yeah, maybe it might be like a hype. Stay tuned for a hype video, possibly. I mean, that's what seems to be the theme with this Raiders team is like they do a lot of hype videos, get guys ready, get guys hyped up. So maybe they name the captain in that sort of manner. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but to Mike's Amari Gaynor thing, I think that's interesting because a few games we saw the Raiders running some 5-man fronts. Now they can do that with Amari Gaynor, but still technically, while he's a D end, I mean he's still a linebacker as well. So it's still basically you're running like a 4-3 in that situation. If you want to combat a team that is going to try to run, you want to have those bigger bodies out there. Usually you want to be in a 4-man front, 3 linebackers. You want to be in like your base defense, but you can still run that 5-man front and still have a guy like Amari Gaynor out there because technically he is a linebacker as well. So that could be something that Patrick Graham utilizes, and that would be quite the turn of events from a guy that's undrafted. Many people didn't expect to make the team to a guy that could be like a pivotal chess piece in the very first game of the year.
East Coast Gridiron, man, he says Amari can be a TJ Watt type. Ooh. As an FSU fan, it was frustrating seeing him not play one position. Interesting.
Man, those are big words, bro.
That's where Amari Gaynor started. He started at Florida State before, but I thought he played. Did he play all over the place at FSU? I thought he was mainly a linebacker there, and then when he went to North Carolina, they transitioned him to an edge. But I could be wrong about that. Yeah, apparently I am because East Coast Gridiron is saying.
Hey, when ECG says it, man, that's gospel, man.
For sure.
He says TJ Watt, man. Man.
That is, man.
Sheesh.
That is high praise.
Yeah.
A's Baby says, I think with his power, Tyree could move in and play that Calais Campbell type role that looks like his last shot.
Calais Campbell's a special player, though, man.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland's just on the team. Like, is he on the roster this year? He was just on the team last year. He was with the Ravens last year, right?
Still with the Ravens, I think.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
that dude.
He's been a regular.
Is he with the? I don't know, man.
The only player that I can think of that's played longer than him is UCLA's very own Mercedes Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Mercedes Lewis is like in year 20 or something like that, bro.
Man.
Mercedes Lewis has been playing forever.
It's crazy because it was like last year.
Yeah, no,
they
you're
were
right.
like, oh yeah, Mercedes. It was like, Bro, I watched him when I was in high school, bro.
Exactly,
That's
bro.
crazy.
He's had a long NFL career.
At tight end, bro.
Yeah.
He's
And
still-
it's because he's a great blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great blocker. That's his
Shout out
role.
to that dude, bro.
Yeah.
She's man.
We'll see, man. Daniel Kim says Snowden, Robinson, and Gaynor have great motors. Love to watch them all attack the opposite side of Mad Max.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see, man. I think that opposite side of Max is they're gonna get a lot of one-on-ones. You know what I mean? With Christian Wilkins on the inside, because Christian Wilkins, just based off him being in the interior, he's gonna command a double team.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna allow if he's quarterbacks. The one thing quarterbacks you can say we can all agree on, like the pressure they hate the most is up the middle. So
Yeah.
I can see Max even getting one-on-ones because of Christian Wilkins getting that pressure on the inside. But I think whoever's on the opposite side on Max Crosby is gonna get most of the one-on-ones.
Well, what that was going to happen regardless, just because Max plays left defensive end, so he usually goes against the right tackle. And so, first of all, they have a rookie right tackle over there that's transitioning from left tackle.
Yeah.
And then on the other side is Rashawn Slater. So it's like, bro, you're good over there. Like you got it.
That's our best advantage on that side.
We'll help these other guys. Like Rashawn Slater, they'll leave him one-on-one against most people.
East Coast says he played mostly weak side linebacker like TJ Watt, and then we switched from 3-4 to 4-2-5. He played edge mostly, but as a run stopper, super complicated for him not to develop into his own.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see if this team and this staff could recognize that and hopefully utilize that talent, man. Because we seen it in the preseason. But sometimes we see something in the preseason and sometimes it doesn't translate. But we'll see how it shakes out, man. Because right now there's 7 linebackers.
Yeah.
And he's the 7th one.
Yeah. And I think he's better than a couple of them guys.
Hey, man. He might be getting that rookie treatment or that undrafted rookie free treatment just because like they have to work their way up.
Like, hey, keep grinding, bro. Maybe that's AP's way of like, hey, we want to see you still work.
Hey, and AP was an undrafted guy, so maybe he might be like, you know what? He got a lot of respect for him, and he's gonna probably we'll see. We'll see, man. It's a long season. King Juice says, can Tyree flourish at D tackle instead of DN till Koonce is out and put him D-Rob at DN? Can that really happen? I mean, not at all times. I mean, maybe at certain spots, but I don't know if we can consistently put him at.
I will put him at D tackle for pass rushing situations.
Yeah.
Maybe put him in like a NASCAR package. You got Janarius Robinson on one side, Max Crosby, of course Christian Wilkins, and then you got Tyree Wilson. Maybe you put both the interior defensive linemen in a 3 technique.
Yeah.
Because I definitely wouldn't put Tyree Wilson in a 1.
No.
I don't think he's nearly physical enough or has the size for it.
Yes.
But he has enough skill set to kind of use a bull rush. Yeah. Because he's used the bull ruch before. We've seen him. And that seems to be it. At this point. So maybe he learns a club and rip. Maybe we can get him to play the defensive tackle position. But if I had to ask, you can't hear me?
Yeah, just like gotta speak. Like it has to be pointed at you.
All right. So, if at this point, I don't think he's ready. I think that if we were gonna move him at defensive tackle, not only he has to put on a little bit more weight, but he has to be a lot more physical than he is right now. Just the way he plays, and I don't know if you can learn that. I don't know if that can be taught. I don't know if that can be coached.
Right, it got to be in you.
Yeah. He's got to be in you. So being a defensive tackle, that's tough, man. That's tough. But he also doesn't have the bend to be an edge rusher.
Yeah.
So, and that's also not coached either. I know a lot. And I know ECG was saying that earlier on, I think it was Wasted Show. Like, you can teach that. You can teach that in the college and in the high school level because coaching is being done as far as grooming you and making sure that you get the fundamentals right. Yeah. But when you're at the NFL level, you're already expected to have those, and really what you're doing in the NFL is, you're bringing the athleticism already. You're bringing in what you already learned, and it's all about just kind of learning the scheme. Learning your job.
Yeah.
And there's prerequisites to doing that job. That's why not everybody makes the NFL.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's as far as coaching goes, you can say that he can get coached up to doing that, but I just don't think that the NFL is that type of setting.
In terms of pass rush moves or
pass rush, bend,
it's
learning that get off, learning. Now, if he gets in the lab with Max Crosby in the off season, extra time, then you got hope there. But if you're expecting a defensive line coach, you're expecting, anybody on our staff to teach you anything else, that's not what they do. That's not how the NFL works. What you can do in the offseason is get with guys like Max Crosby, go to that, either have that edge rusher school, whatever, go there, start picking people's brains, hire somebody who's a defensive end specialist, or an agility specialist.
Well, Tyree was in attendance.
It was intense. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you got to do.
But you didn't hear though. They said he fell asleep and they had to.
But obviously,
bro. God, bro.
Obviously, bro.
He need to go to defensive end school, summer school,
yes,
night school, bro. Like he needs a little bit extra courses, bro. Because if he went there, man, we have a small sample size, right? Like we didn't see much from him in the preseason. But what we did see in the preseason wasn't impressive. So, from what we seen, based on what we see, I haven't seen no improvement.
Yeah.
So
I really haven't either, man. And just to your point, like I know some of having the ability to bend are just that's just your physical traits, right? You have to be able to get that low to the ground. You have to some of that is your flexibility, your ankle mobility. Like some guys just don't have that, Right. Some guys just don't have that. And Tyree may be a guy like we joked about it when we were talking about Nate Hobbs, when we were talking about who can hoop. Yeah. And he's like, oh, that's about Tyree. Like Nate Hobbs, he laughed. I was just like, what? Like, no, bro. Yeah. Like, he doesn't have that. He lacks that fluidity, man. And that's part of being a pass rusher. And sometimes you can mitigate that. Like if you have a get off, if you have some pass rush moves, you can get, you can. I talked about Michael Bennett, right? He's not a guy that's super fluid, but Michael Bennett had a get off, and he had crazy effort, crazy desire. Like Tyree doesn't seem to have that at all. Yeah. And when you're inside, like everything there happens faster. Everything there is faster, more violence. You have to be even more. You have to be even quicker. You have to be more aggressive. You have to have more awareness because not only can you get hit from your left and from the front, but from your left and your right as well. So if you already lack that awareness on the outside, where it's just you and another guy, it's like being on the inside. That's like a step up in difficulty, in my opinion.
So, all right, we're talking about Tyree right now. What made the Raiders draft him at number 7?
What's the
I mean, like if you guys are talking about his effort and this, is this something that they didn't see? Like they didn't do their due diligence? I mean, we talked about this off camera about like how Tyree was literally the backup option at number 7. Like obviously at the 7th pick they had other players in place, but literally the player that they wanted, Arizona took him. Yeah. They traded up to number 6 to trade Paris Johnson, left tackle. Yeah. Who's actually pretty good for the Arizona Cardinals. It would have been nice. Yeah. Not gonna lie, But I mean, did they just panic and make a pick on Tyra? Did they do their research? Like,
I mean, I don't
want to call him a bust yet. Still, I'm still holding out hope. It's just, man, when I'm hearing you guys say like, hey, he has some. These are things that you can't teach. It's just like
it's the elite level tangibles that he brought to the game.
Exactly.
His athleticism. His size. The wingspan.
Yes.
A lot of people are like, man, you're a prototype type of defensive end in today's game.
Yeah.
How you look appearance wise, right? Yeah. That's what has kind of got him there. And he did well at Texas Tech. Like. Yeah. So you see stuff on film. You look at his his physical presence, you're like, man, if he's not the greatest now, we can definitely get him there. You know, and that just shows the arrogance of the previous regime.
Yeah.
You know, they just felt like, hey, well, we can make this happen. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
facts.
we can make things work. We seen it all through last year. Like, yeah, Jimmy G, we can make that work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, a whole bunch of things, right? Oh, Derek Carr, getting rid of him. Yeah, we can survive that. You know what I mean? Like, we'll find something else. Tom Brady's coming.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so it was that previous regime, like the arrogance that they had, and they kind of showed every move that they did. It's like, yeah, we got this. We can make this work because we are who we are.
Right.
I'm Josh McDaniels. You know what I mean? Like, it was. You know, it was that kind of mentality that I think kind of led to getting them a guy like Tyree Wilson, especially a guy who they knew was injured at the time. Like, oh shoot, it's all right. We'll get him together. You know, he'll be all right. We got a good system right here, man, and he'll be good.
Yeah.
So it just shows the arrogance of the previous regime and shows how like short-sighted they were as well. So.
Reese Rock.
Yeah, so I will say this, man. You know, Patrick Graham, he has a history as a what do you say?
Reese Rock's a fool, man.
Darkness is spreading.
The Darkness Brothers. So I mean, Patrick Graham has a history as a defensive line coach. So, you know, that's what he played. That's what he coached coming up. So before he was a defensive coordinator, he was a defensive line coach. So I knew, but some of that is probably him saying like, "Hey, you know what? I see this guy. Look at all of these tools. Look at these physical attributes that he has. Like, I get with them. I can turn this guy into something. You know, Tyrese, he has everything we heard. He has a good attitude. He has a good work ethic. Hey, you generally, if you combine good attitude, good work ethic with these physical attributes, you're like, okay, man, you got something. Right. But, you know, Tyree is just lacking something there, and it's you know, that like I don't think he has the heart for it, right? I don't think he has the heart for it, and he, you know, like we talk about, it was AP where he's talking the physicality, ill intent. Like, Tyree has none of those. He doesn't have none. He has none of those things. Yeah. You know, he's not a guy out there like that. You don't see Tyree as like, yo, Tyree's out there. He's looking to hurt somebody. Like, no, that you don't see that. You know, like you don't see that at all. It almost looks like, you know, like that kid. Like, I see it now because I have a young kid. My son plays football, and like there are some kids that are like, you know, like he's only 5. There's some kids that are like 6. You can tell like these kids are like, they're good. Like, oh man, this kid is good. Like, even for a 6-year-old, they move well. Like, they know the game. Yeah. But you can tell like they don't really want to play, but they're good. So their parents make them play.
Right.
And that feels less like Tyree. Like, dang, like,
because he had the physical.
Exactly.
Throws.
Like, this is what, like, I don't really want to do this. But, you know, there was a certain left tackle that played for a national championship team that won the, you know, had all the accolades, had all all the measurables, the athletic scores, all that stuff. And he got to the NFL, and that guy hasn't been able to stick on any team he's been with. So, you know, could that be a similar situation?
We'll see, man. But yeah, like, I don't know, guys. What you think? If you had to pick a unsung hero or a guy that's kind of under the radar right now that maybe we're not looking at, and they turn out to be like kind of the star of this game, who would you guys pick?
Offense or defense, or it doesn't matter right now?
Let's do defense and then offense.
On defense, a guy that can be star of the game. I'm going with Devon Diablo.
You stole mine, bro.
I'm going with Devon Diablo, man.
Morg, Trayvon Morg.
Okay.
Contract year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Both of them got contract.
I think he's getting So I think those two players secondary. Now on offense, I don't know if the question was just strictly defense.
Yeah, we go offense.
Offense. I'm gonna say. I mean, I said the X factor is going to be Zamir White this year, but if it's a guy that we're kind of overlooking, just because of all the pieces that are starting from tight end to receiver, I think Trey Tucker, man. I'm kind of.
That's a good one.
Because I'm looking at the chemistry he had with Minshew in the preseason and all that talk. I thought like, oh man, I don't know if he's gonna be that good of a player because he's continued to have hands issues. Because that's all we heard in training camp. We heard like he just continued to drop passes, but we watched preseason games. That's not the case.
No,
That's true.
And he's showing good chemistry with Minshew. So I'm like, man, like. And that's gonna add another element to the Raiders' offense if we can have just that threat of someone that could take the top of the defense. Yeah. That's gonna open up Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, those underneath short to intermediate routes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously the tight ends. You know what I mean? Like, I think for me it's Trey Tucker.
Yeah, I got Michael Mayer.
Oh,
I think Michael
like
Mayer
that one too.
is going to be targeted, especially in the red zone. I got him scoring, and I
nice.
think people are so focused on what Brock Bowers is doing, people forgetting about my guy Big Mike.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So-
That's what they call him too.
Yeah, so
they stole that. You should have You got to trademark that, man. You gotta
I
trademark
know, right? Before it's too late, you might be Big Mike Raider, man. Hold
Yeah.
on, wait a second. But yeah, I got him scoring. I got him getting some targets, and I think that them two together, our two tight ends, our two stud tight ends, they're gonna have to establish themselves in the run blocking game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'll make a huge impact with that, which will set up the play action, and those guys will get rewarded for doing so. So that's my offensive guy. You guys stole the two guys on defense that I would pick. But if I had to pick a third guy, we all know Jack Jones is going to do his thing, but who's going to be like the one technique? On the interior, John Jenkins.
Yeah.
Maybe John Jenkins makes a big. You need to put it closer.
Well, perfect.
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Maybe John Jenkins is a guy that, is going to be a big focal point in stopping the run against the Chargers. And we all know that they want to run the ball. Harbaugh is a guy that wants to run the ball. So, John Jenkins, maybe this is a big game for him. So
Was that this game or this season?
this game,
This game.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, so I definitely got John Jenkins playing a big role in this game,
Makes sense.
and on offense, Michael Mayer.
Got you. Makes a whole lot of sense. I mean,
If I had to go offense, I wanna. I was thinking Brock Bowers just because I'm interested in that Brock Bowers versus Derwin James. We talked about the tight ends with Denzel Perryman as well.
Yeah.
That's gonna automate. But you know what? I'm gonna go Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers, man. Jacoby Myers, man. I just it's like this. I just like Jacoby Myers, bro. Like everything that dude does, man. He does with a purpose.
Well,
man.
why did you hate on Michael Pittman? If you feel like, because you said oh, he's only that much better than Jacoby Myers, and you said, but you called Michael Pittman a number one receiver. I know this is off topic, but I'm gonna bring shit back. I'm gonna bring shit back.
No, I said Michael Pittman was better, but I said Michael Pittman wasn't that much better than Jacoby Myers.
Say it again.
I said Michael Pittman wasn't that much better than Jacoby Myers. I said Michael Pittman wasn't that much better than Jacoby Myers.
But I just want to clarify this, man. You do think that Michael Pittman's a good receiver, right?
Yeah. He's a low end number one receiver.
Okay,
I did say that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, he's a low. I say like Michael Pittman was trash.
No, because at the time I remember we were talking about the weapons that the Colts have.
Yeah.
But like the way you were talking about Michael Pittman, it was like he was trash.
No, just he's not much better than Jacoby.
But he's still a pretty good.
He's a low end number one receiver.
Yeah,
and Jacoby is a high end number two. But I think there's like infinitesimal degrees of separation.
I do want to see Jacoby get like 1,000 yards though. You know what I'm saying?
I think he can.
I think he can. I mean, I think
he can, but we just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe circumstances, the quarterback situation too.
That's been part of it.
questionable,
Like
yeah.
Jacoby, like that's what I forgot who said it, but like Jacoby is like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Like there are certain players like in the league, like I want to say Devin Booker in the NBA, like it's no flash, but he's just a good, like when NBA players talk about, who's your favorite player to watch? Like they all bring up Devin Booker, but Devin Booker, he's not no flashy guy. He's not out there dunking on people, doing like crazy.
Yeah,
but he's just everything he does is technical by the book. It's smooth. It looks good.
Right.
Like from a basketball player standpoint, you're like, oh man, that dude like he has skill. But like the outside players, they're like, okay, like Devin Booker, he cool, he can shoot, he can hoop, but ain't no flashy. But all the basketball players, who's your favorite player to watch? They always say Devin Booker. Same thing with receiver or people talking about like you asking players in the league, oh, what's the guy you like to watch? Like what's the underrated guy? Oh, I met Jacoby, 16 in Las Vegas. What's that guy? Oh, that guy's nice. Devontae talked about it. Oh man, I didn't know Jacoby was like that.
Puka
Nakua said it like unprompted. Like he's like, man, I didn't know. And Devontae was saying, I didn't know he was like that. Everybody says like, man, I didn't know Jacoby was like that till I started watching him. I was like, Jacoby is like that. And like people that watch football like Jacoby because he does everything well. He runs routes well. He blocks. He blocks like he's a tight end. Like he does all the dirty stuff. Like he doesn't. If he doesn't get the ball, he's not out there like complaining, stomping his feet. He just does his job, man. Does his job 100% on every single play, and that's why I respect that. And that's the kind of people you need. That's like those are glue guys, man. Those are glue guys. But he's not just like a lunch pill type of guy. He actually has talent on top of that.
Right.
So those are very important to have in your roster, man. So I think Jacoby's gonna have a big game because Devontae has killed the Chargers every single time he's played them, and I'm sure J.C. Minter is looking at those games like, this will not happen. Devontae is not going to beat us. Yeah. We will do everything in our power to stop that. So I think J.C. Minter, that's what the best defensive minds do. Like you like to win this way. This will not be the way you win. I think that's what I forgot who. I think Patrick Graham talked about that when he was talking about Bill Belichick, right? He's like, Bill Belichick just eliminated things that the other team can do. Yeah. Like, if this is what you like to do, this is a play you run, this is going to be out of your playbook. Now, if you beat us another way, power to you, give you your flowers, but you will not beat us this way. And I think the Chargers are going to do that with Devontae.
It really, that type of philosophy really works on teams, especially when they are accustomed to getting that player involved. Like, that's their bread and butter. So when you take away that piece, the offense becomes a little bit like, all right, what do we do now? You know what I mean? Certain guys got to make certain catches at certain times that they're not used to doing.
That's also another thing that teams do when they think that's the only show in town. Yeah. They're gonna find out.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna find out because if you do bracket a guy like Devontae Adams. We got weapons.
Brock will go crazy. Michael Mayer go crazy. Jacoby will go crazy. Like they're gonna find out quick.
Yeah. Hey man, look, Minshew has what it. That's the thing about Minshew. Yeah. Like as much as I'm like, Minshew, AOC, like damn, that's our quarterback room. But then I just look at the pieces that we have on offense. I'm like, damn, like you got what you need.
Right.
You got the tools. You got it. Look. Maybe the O-line ain't perfect. But then you got Zamir White is that hungry, young, up and coming running back. If he can be solid, and then if we can have a solid run game, and then we got the tight ends, we got everything. Quarterback, You
can also say about the offensive line. You got 3 of your 5 guys returning that's been around for a while.
True.
So it's not the worst situation. It's not like we got a bunch of mercenaries that we just pieced together and they're together their first year. We got some continuity on the offensive line.
Yep.
And even Thayer Munford, like he saw some time last year.
He's been he's been with these guys for a while.
So 4 to 5 guys, that they have continuity, they have familiarity.
Yep.
We'll be all right.
Yep.
I think we'll be all right. I think this offensive line, and it seems like that's the theme year after year. The offensive line gets so short, and they over deliver on expectations.
Yeah, and Milka Beasley says, I guess his guy to keep an eye on against the Chargers is Jacorian Bennett on defense.
He's got a lot to prove.
Yes,
he's got a lot to prove.
Bowers is another guy. Like, hey, we're all excited to see the rookie, man. We want to see like what this guy's about because everybody's talking. Everybody loves Brock Bowers. I haven't heard not one. Like from the national media, from everybody has like, man, this dude Brock Bowers, like it's the truth, man. Like,
yeah.
Like, and he's just a blue collar, like no nonsense, straight football. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna catch the ball. I'm gonna break 5 tackles. I'm gonna get a ball to the ref.
Right.
I'm gonna go huddle back up. Not gonna do nothing crazy and go back out there, catch another one, and do the same thing again. So man, I think that's why people love him. The Raiders love wide receivers from like the southern that played college football in the southern region with like receding hairlines. Like they grab my guy Hunter Renfro.
Need to get
I mean, I guess old boy from South Carolina. He did he ever receive a hairline? I don't know.
Who? Which one?
He's out. I think he's out the league. I'm not sure if he's in the league.
Which one are you talking about?
He came out the same draft as Ruggs, 3rd round.
Are you talking about?
He came out of South Carolina.
Oh, Brian Everett.
Brian Everett.
Oh.
He had a strong. The hairline was still there, man.
I thought you were talking about old boy from OK State. We took.
Yeah.
Dylan Stoner.
Oh yeah.
He
was like 7th round, right?
Yeah, he was super late.
Yeah.
Old boy loved him.
Hey.
Des
Man,
Bryant.
you would think these dudes would be on that Bosley plan, man.
Man.
You know what I mean? Get some hairs off the ass.
And just plug them.
Plug them motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like
pause. I'm still.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. There's ways, bro. You got the money,
man. You got the money.
Well, you don't be walking around looking like some seasoned plumber, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's nasty work,
like
man.
an insurance salesman.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, man. Reese Rock, man, says this show is going to keep me up and hype until with NFL game day morning. Once that happens, and it's NFL red zone and games, fantasy sickness. Man, look, and I think, let me just cut off right here. And then Raider football. Hey, man, that's the best, man. That's how you do it, man.
Happy game day, man. Happy game
for sure.
day.
Yeah, 100%, man.
But we were talking about Minshew, man. The thing about Minshew is that everywhere he's played, the fans love him. He played for the Jaguars. Yeah. The fans there loved, like, Minshew mania was a thing. Then he went to the Eagles and he was back up there. But then he played for the Colts. The fans there, they love Minshew. He was a Pro Bowl alternate player. Almost took him to the playoffs. So I think that he's a guy that never really has had the opportunity. So I'm hoping here he has the opportunity. He has the talent. He has a coach and an AP that obviously believes in him, who's talked about, what separated him from Aiden O'Connell was his leadership and what he did in the meeting room. He has a guy in Getchie who kind of likes to push the ball downfield a little bit, as we saw we did, his first year in Chicago and what he did when he was in the college ranks as well. He has the weapons. He has Devontae, he has Jacoby. He has a guy that's very similar to a guy he had last year in Downs with Tucker, and him and Downs, they had a very nice chemistry. So I'm hoping him and Tucker can kind of create the same thing. He has a big white receiver like Alec Pierce. He has that in Brock Bowers. Like he has some of the ingredients that he had last year. He has here. What he could be missing and what he didn't have completely last year, but when Jonathan Taylor came back, he had was a run game.
Right.
We can get that run game. And I think that's something that East Coast Gridiron brought up in the past as well. Like he's never really had a truly reliable run game. So if we can give him that, I think we can have some success because then you can start play action passing. Then, the RPO becomes even deadlier. Like you can really get creative.
Man, isn't it so Vegas for us to roll with a guy like Gardner Minshew? Doesn't he kind of remind you of one of them like gamblers? They come in and be like, man, I lost it all, bro.
Exactly.
Or
he's a little bit like, of oddball too, you know what I mean?
Or on the flip side, you're like, hey, bro, what you need, man? I had a hot hand.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
Like I could see Gardner Minshew just having a hot season. Like,
sure.
Just riding the wave. Like he just catches momentum.
Yep.
And then, next thing you know it, Gardner Minshew is top 5 in yards. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff is like a Gardner Minshew type of move. He does stuff like that. He can catch a heater and just kind of keep on rolling with it.
Would you put money on that Minshew is going to be a captain tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's definitely gonna be a captain.
Definitely gonna be a captain. Especially you hear what AP said about him in the meeting rooms, and it's just
and Getsy too. Getsy OC was talking about it too.
So definitely a captain. The other captain, the locks, 3 locks: Colton, Devontae and Gardner. Those are 3 locks.
And Epps. I think Epps, if he was a leader last year.
Yeah. I'm just talking about on offense. On offense.
Oh, on offense.
Oh, yeah, on offense. Yeah, on the defense, I'm pretty sure it's going to be
Spillane,
Max, Epps.
Yep,
You know,
Max, yep.
they may give Christian Wilkins a token captain. Shit. But a guy who I was interested to see if he was going to be a captain, because I was thinking about, was Koonce. Remember, they were talking like early in the offseason, they were talking like how Koonce was like coaching guys up, especially the young guys. And that's a big leap he took from last year. So I was interested to see, hey, you know what, is he a guy that maybe, you know, got the 4th one? They had 4 captains on defense. But yeah, I think Max, Epps, Spillane, possibly Christian Wilkins.
Do you think they consider Jack Jones?
No. I don't. but that's the thing that's crazy, because like you hear AP talking about Jack, right? When we first got here last year, he was like, you know, Jack took the young DBs. Like, I think Jacorian in particular is like, you know, hey, showed him how he watches film. Like, this is how I watch film.
Right.
You know, I really got into it with them. And that could be, hey, maybe that could have led to what Jacorian Bennett was doing this offseason, right? Yeah. And we heard, and you know, in OTAs, especially early on, I didn't hear as much in training camp because Brandon Faison was gone at that point. But early on in OTAs, were saying like Jacorian Bennett, him and Brandon Faison were battling it out. And part of the reason that Jacorian Bennett was stepping up was that he was a guy that was out there like looking to make plays, looking to have some ball production, like looking to do those things. While Brandon Faison was a guy just, hey, you know what, he's happy being tight in coverage and, you know, forcing the incompletion that way. So maybe some of that Jack Jones aggressive rubbed off on Jacorian.
And you know, Antonio Pierce has made his coaching career, you know, as far as Jack Jones goes, empowering Jack Jones. Yeah. You know, he vouched for him. He lobbied for him to go to Arizona State after he had trouble with at USC. You know, he coached him in high school, and you know, he lobbied to bring him here with the Raiders. Yeah. So, you know, maybe some more empowerment goes, you know, kind of watering him to kind of, you know, continue that growth and get the best and the most out of him. Yeah. Because it seems like Antonio Pierce kind of had unlocked something in Jack Jones. Right. So maybe, hey, we're gonna make you a captain. Yeah. You know? Yeah. It may not be, you know, the most experienced or the most vocal or, you know, like a Max Crosby or anything like that. But what Antonio Pierce does have is that special relationship with Jack Jones and kind of understands his mental with him. Yeah. So making him a captain is going to continue to unlock some more potential. Yeah. So it's all almost like a mental thing that you would do with, you know, like, hey, you know, we got a bunch of guys I can make captain, but if I make Jack Jones a captain,
it'll really mean something.
It's going to mean something to him. And you can see because of that type of move, he makes a Pro Bowl. Yeah. You know, or all pro, you know, he you know, he leads the league in interceptions and things like that. And it all started with the empowerment from Antonio Pierce. That's something to consider. I mean, I think it's a dark horse, long shot type of thing for him to be a captain, but wouldn't surprise me.
Nah, man, I did not think about that at all. But that's something. Yeah, because like you said, if to have that acknowledgement from, you know, a guy like Antonio Pierce, who he, like, you know, obviously looks up to, admires, you know, almost like probably like a father figure or like a big brother to him, you know, like I think that would mean something to Jack. I don't know if Antonio Pierce would do it, just because, you know, I think he probably holds that cap because Antonio was a former captain, so I think that C on their chest, it means something to Antonio. I don't think he would want to give it to somebody just to like, hey, this is motivation to it. Yeah. And not saying that Jack wouldn't be deserving, but I think if he truly felt somebody else was more deserving, I think he would go in that direction. But hey, that's actually a great idea though. That would be a great idea.
I hear you, but I think it's too soon.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think it's too soon. I can see that, you know, Jack Jones is a little bit misunderstood. Yeah. Especially when you hear him talk, like he seemed like a cool dude, you know what I mean? But I think there's also another side to him where I could tell like he don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't give a
That's
damn.
true. That's also that side.
And on top of that, I think captains are voted on by the teammates too as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
So he has to gain that respect to that level. I'm not sure if he's there yet. I think as time goes on, I think he'll get that. I think his teammates respect him, but like it's not like Max Crosby. You could automatically, I knew he was a captain. Like you just hear about his work ethic, like his like the way he talks about how he goes about his business. You could just tell, like, all right, this dude's definitely a captain. But I hear what you're saying.
I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not saying that's what's for sure gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I could see it wouldn't surprise me just off the just Antonio Pierce's kind of his record in his history with Jack Jones. Yeah. And he's done enough, like you said, with Ja'Cory and Bennett, the rest of the DBs, that maybe it gets co-signed by the rest of the team. Like, hey, he deserved it.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Hey, just a friendly reminder. Make sure to clock in, like the thumbs, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Man, hey, we see y'all. The chat is going crazy right now.
I know, man.
AJ Simpson's in the building. Austin says Zeus is gonna break out. Hey, man, I'd say he's the X factor. I believe on that offense to be. Like, if we don't got a run game, then I feel like the offense could. Yeah. It puts a lot of more pressure on Minshew to make more plays. Yeah. It puts a lot of pressure on the players that we have on offense, which I do believe in, by the way. But it just, I don't think that's the type of game that this Raiders team, I think Antonio Pierce, an offense coordinator, wants to play. They want to play a physical brand of football, and it starts up front, obviously with the offensive line, but also running the football. And I think Zeus, man, all that off-season hype, like with him over here lifting, I don't know, like outlifting he's lifting like Zeus, basically. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So we seen all that.
A lot of people talk about the third year, right? Everybody's like, hey, the third year is when they start figuring things out. It's his third year.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
We gotta maybe it is a breakout year for him. They named him the starter for a reason. They could have got another guy. There was other running backs out there,
Yeah.
So
it's timing. Timing is everything, and running backs don't get paid, so this is his opportunity.
Yep. Yeah, facts.
Yep. And he knows that he's not gonna get this opportunity again. Like, you know what I mean? It's I don't want to say it like that, but like, let's be honest. Like, there's some talented running backs. We'd be like, damn, like, why is it taking so long for this guy to get paid? He's pretty talented, but that's the world we live in right now. When it comes to the NFL running backs, they just don't get paid.
That's true.
They feel like they can replace them, and that, not gonna lie, like. These running backs, they just find them in the 5th, 6th round, and then boom, you know what I mean? We just talked about Dylan Lobby, even though we feel like probably need some time to develop. I think that's what the coaching staff feels about Dylan Lobby. But like the fact that we're excited about Dylan Lobby contributing to this team, possibly,
right,
should tell you everything you need to know. Like,
I mean, because you can those late rounds is where you find these days where you find the guys in the late round are running backs and linebackers.
Yeah.
Those are the guys you find in the late rounds.
Well, according to Severe, man.
That's why I brought it
up. His favorite linebacker out of Ohio State.
AJ Hawk?
AJ Hawk,
man. Like the thing about Zeus is that, like, they didn't even try to replace Zeus. They didn't, and at no point did they even attempt to say, hey, you know what, we're gonna upgrade this position. Like they've had the utmost faith in what Zamir does and what he can do, and I think what we're projecting forward, the kind of player he will be. Especially, I mean, like, and if Getty can get production out of like Deontay Foreman, like he get production out of Zamir White. He's come back. Everybody said he's come back bigger, stronger. It's like faster. AP said he's a legit 4'4" guy. So to be the size he is at 6 feet, 220 something, 230.
That man's about
at 4'4".
Right now,
Like, we see the dudes in there training like he's finna go fight Thanos. Like, he is ready. And I think he's been looking for this opportunity. Mm-hmm. And all Zamir does is play football and ride and take care of horses. Like that's all that's his only thing. And there's another guy that's similar to that in the NBA. His name is Nikola Jokic. All he does is hoop and take care of horses. So something about horses, it unlocks something in you. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I just hope Zeus like has more opportunities to get to that second level because, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's not a guy that will make you miss, so to speak. I mean, I feel like he's north-south. I think he relies a lot on the O-line, basically blocking it up well. And if the O-line ain't playing well, most likely Zeus ain't probably he's gonna have a long game, But I mean, we'll see, man, because I want to see that speed too. Yeah. But in order to see that speed, he's gonna have to get to the linebacker. He's gonna have to get to the secondary, and then he's gonna and I know he has the speed to run past them. We kind of seen it against the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. I wish he kind of broke all the way to touchdown, but I feel like he got caught, and I'm sure he's probably mad at himself for getting caught. Damn. But he got caught by a DB, so it is what it is. I mean, they're one of the fastest players on the football field, so it is what it is. But we'll see, man. Tomorrow's a big game. I think he's gonna be heavy in the game plan. To be honest with you, heavy. So now, what other player would you say? I mean, we talked about like players that no one's talked about. I mean, like we've covered a lot of when it comes. We've been talking about we've talked about a whole lot of stuff, man. I'm trying to keep track of everything because the chat is going wild right now. Derek Luna says special team captain. Will we have a special team captain?
Carlson and Cole.
Yeah.
Another guy we might need to consider is DJ Turner.
I think you guys brought him up yesterday, DJ Turner. I think that's a good one too. Especially at the work he's put in. He's taking a little bit a further step, forward. So I think that would be a good one as well. Just to reward that guy, another undrafted guy.
He's been knocking on the door 53 for years. It seems like.
Yeah.
And bro, he's never wavered. He's the. That man that's the true definition of just earning it. So, give it to him. I mean, he leads by example. I don't know how he is, as far as being vocal and things like that, but that's a model NFL player. You don't have to be the best guy, but you got to earn it every year, and that's what exactly he's done. So, that's give it to him, man. Give it to him.
I think James Harrison talked about how many times he was cut before he made the Steelers, right?
Right.
And he got cut like 6 or 7 times before he actually made the team. So, sometimes it be like that, and sometimes you only need that one opportunity to get onto the roster and to show what you can do in real NFL action. And this is DJ Turner's opportunity to do that. Both as a receiver, he might actually get some plays. We saw he impressed during the preseason as a receiver, and as a returner. DeAndre Carter is out. DJ Turner is in, so I think and I'm thinking we're going to see some stuff from him. I'm wondering. Well, one thing I'm interested in is do we go with 2 returners back, and with DJ Turner and for kickoffs with DJ Turner and Tyreek. Well, then you have to activate Tyreek McCaffrey, and Amir Abdullah. I think Amir Abdullah is for sure returning punts.
One thing that we do get from DJ Turner is he's a great gunner.
Yes,
he's a great gunner. Yeah. Like he can, I know that teams pick a special teams guy like for the Pro Bowl. Yeah. He can absolutely with his effort, he can make a Pro Bowl based on that.
We haven't had a special.
Is he on Tywan Jones level gunner?
Tywan Jones was fast as hell.
Yeah,
super fast, bro. And we didn't really see that speed until. I think if y'all remember that one play that Carr threw to him, it was like a small little dump off pass, and he just made some dude. He just one move and he was gone. Yeah. But let's what we've been talking about the Raiders, right? And this is Raiders versus Chargers, by the way. We obviously don't care about the Chargers like that because we've been talking about the Raiders most of the time, but we are playing against them. What's one player that you would say you're concerned about tomorrow on the Chargers?
We talk about concern.
Offense and defense, it's up to you. Or if you want to do both.
When we talk about concern, you got to talk about Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Last time we saw him, he had 6 sacks.
Yeah.
So that could be a big problem. I mean, he seems to bring it when the Raiders come to town.
Yeah.
So Khalil Mack for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and on the defensive side, those edge rushers. You know, like the other side, the
Joey Bosa.
So when he's on the field, he plays well, but so those edge rushers are the two guys, and then on offense, Justin Herbert. You got to be concerned with Justin Herbert brings to the table.
Yeah.
So even if he doesn't have the weapons he's had in years past, maybe we've seen it with great quarterbacks. Great quarterbacks make great receivers. Aaron Rodgers did it throughout his most career outside of Devontae Adams. He didn't have like that second. He didn't have a bunch of he didn't have a bunch of weapons like that. You know what I mean? So and Patrick Mahomes did it last year. So great quarterbacks they elevate their wide receivers. Yeah. So Justin Herbert, the fact that he's back and is trying to prove something this year, those are the guys. And then the 1-2 punch they have at running back.
Yes. J.K.
Dobbins and Gus Edwards, when they're healthy, they're good. Yeah. So those are my concerns, but not really too concerned because I think we're gonna whoop them pretty good. So.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Herbert is always a concern. I think back to that game when we I think we were playing them to get into the playoffs, and then it was just he was making play after play,
right?
Like play after play, just like he would find a way to
fourth downs.
He would find a way to make it happen. So, he's always concerned. But on offense, he's a guy that. Is a little bit under the radar, but I think he's going to have every opportunity to have a big game, and that's Quentin Johnston. He's a big body receiver, and I think that runs a little bit counter to our corners. So both of our corners, they aren't the biggest guys. Jack Jones is a slight built guy. Corian Bennett, he's not that big. He has good size for corner, but like Quentin Johnston he's a big receiver. He's a big receiver, and he's crazy athletic as well. So. He could present some matchup issues with our guys. And then on defense, I'm gonna go with Derwin James, man. I'm gonna go with old man James. He had a little bit of a down year last year. But he is a guy that for years he's been wrecking game plans. He's a chess piece you can move around. I think we're gonna probably see a lot of him on Brock Bowers and possibly some of him on Michael Mayer as well. But he's a guy that He's a menace. He's a menace, and I think that Jesse Minter will be wise to make sure he utilizes a guy like that to his fullest potential. So, I'm looking for Derwin James. I know like I said, he had a little bit of a down year last year. I'm sure he's that's not sitting well with him. So I'm thinking, he's gonna come out and have a much better performance, especially against a team like this.
Yeah. I mean, you guys pretty much mentioned like players that I would think of being concerned. Obviously, Justin Herbert, edge rushers. You mentioned the run game. You made a good point about Johnson as far as his size and stuff like that, or corners. But I know this is off topic, but I just seen a stat here. Patrick Graham head to head against Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, and Greg Roman, in all the places that he's been, when it ended, a lot of the fan base wanted him to leave. Like, they were tired of his play calling. But I will say, when he first gets there, it seems like he always has the league on fire. If you guys remember with San Francisco, Colin Kaepernick and that whole offense, and the league took a second to figure out, that was Greg Roman. And then you go to fast forward when Lamar Jackson was winning MVPs and he set the league on fire. Yep. That was, hey, at the end of the day, you know what that is. Now, you look at his all-time record against Patrick Graham. 200. The last time I think not the last time, but against the Dolphins when Patrick Graham was a defensive coordinator, he ran for 265 yards. Dolphins lost 59-10 that game. And then the next year, obviously Patrick Graham was with the Giants, defensive coordinator. The Ravens at the time, Greg Roman, offensive coordinator. And both times, Greg Roman was the offensive coordinator for the Ravens. The Ravens ran for 245 yards. So I remember last show I was saying like, Patrick Graham, like, is this a scheme issue? You know what I mean? Maybe Patrick Graham, his defense is really geared toward today's NFL modern offenses where it's geared to stop the pass. And maybe he's not taking that into consideration. Like when he's playing, so that's my biggest concern because and it goes to when you mentioned Gus Edwards and the running game. Like that's my biggest concern is stopping the run. It's like, man, because what we seen in preseason last year, that was probably our Achilles heel. You could probably point to our run defense as being the weakness on defense, right? And now you see this, you hear this, and I'm like, oh man, it's a pattern here. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, is this a scheme issue or is it like?
So, two things, right? I said last time that maybe it was a personnel thing, but I think with Patrick Graham, he knows this. I think he knows that he got absolutely torched in 2 games.
Yeah,
and that seems to be the theme with this team this year. Chip on their shoulder, something to prove, prove the naysayers wrong. That's just adding fuel to the fire, and it's trickling all the way. It's trickling all the way down, or even up to the coaches, right? Even the coaches got something to prove here. And another thing that will help Patrick Graham is that he's got one of the great defensive minds in Marvin Lewis in his corner. So hey, that's why it's a team effort. Hey man, come in here, look at some film with me. Am I missing something? The last 2 games I got absolutely torched. Show me what I need to do. Show me show me what I'm missing. Am I missing something? Is it something that I'm doing, or was it a personnel thing?
I hope you're right, but I feel like that conversation might not happen until this game happens too. And I'm just looking at it from I'm saying it from a perspective of what I'm concerned with, and I'm like, oh man, it's because Patrick Graham, he's kind of getting all the love from the coaching staff, from the players, even like Max Crosby saying he's the best defensive coordinator in football.
He said the best coordinator in football.
Best coordinator in football, So I'm like, man, like maybe because right now Patrick Graham is right here. Do you think he's gonna be like, hey, I'm doing it my way until he?
So go ahead.
I would say this. So it's like, I think last show we all mentioned that the run game was the biggest concern, right? If we all recognize that, I'm sure that's something that Patrick Graham recognizes as well. Yep. And like we saw Patrick Graham and Getty had their press conferences the other day. One of the things Patrick Graham mentioned is like, look, I'm very familiar of what Greg Roman's record is like me.
Right.
He's like,
he knows what's going on.
He knows what's up. And that's not something he's going to. And I'm saying it's not something he's going to harp on too much and make it. He doesn't want to turn it into a Patrick Graham versus Greg Roman thing. But he knows what's up. He knows what time it is. So I know. So and he hears the chatter. I'm sure. People are hitting him up like, hey, Greg Roman did you dirty twice. What you gonna do, dog? So I'm sure this is something that they're preparing for, and I'm sure, especially a guy like you get a guy. I mean, Max is already a guy that take that stuff personally. I'm sure Christian is a guy that takes that stuff personally. We know for damn sure Jack Jones is a dude that takes that type of thing personally. So even though he's not as involved in stopping the run, so they hear the chatter. They hear the chatter.
Austin, I put his comment right here. Austin, a great comment right here. He says, best way to beat a run-first team is to go up early and force Roman to call passes. Right. He's terrible at scheming up passing game.
That's a damn fact.
Yeah, that is true.
That's a damn fact, bro. And this is the right team. We got the right guys to go out there and play with a chip on the shoulder. We got the right guys to do this. And with Patrick Graham, just in coaches in general, right? Like, these are the most miserable dudes in the game. Like, you succeed on a weekly basis, it's not enough.
Yeah.
You know, you lose, you're in a bad mood. You win, you're in a bad mood.
Yeah.
These guys are in a corner, you know, windows closed, smelling their own farts, not getting any fresh air, looking at film, really just in it, immersed.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no way that he didn't know what was going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And,
sure.
and this team, to me, what it seems like, it's a brotherhood, and I think it even goes up to the coaches. I think that they're like, hey, we want to succeed here. You know, even as high as Mark Davis wants to win, you know, and whatever it takes. Hey, Coach Pearson said, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes. And I think even Graham, this is going to be his biggest challenge.
Yeah.
This is his biggest challenge. And if he succeeds with this, then he gets anointed to that higher level, and people are going to want him as a head coach.
Yeah.
So he's not going to get another 200 yards put on his head.
Nah.
It's not going to happen. And I think he'll succeed. I think because of those 2 games, he's like, yeah, I'm not letting that happen again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hope you're right. I was just being honest. You guys mentioned the
That's
players.
the facts, though.
Yeah. Nah.
And,
Man.
and I threw a wild card. Like, I know, because I agreed with all the players that you mentioned. I was like, you know what? This is. I'm concerned about Patrick Graham going against Greg Roman, because Greg Roman, when he goes to a new team, for some reason he has this. He has there's a short time span where he is destroying the league with his run schemes and whatever he got planned up. Because we don't know. It's week 1 in the NFL. We don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, to be honest with you, that you could say that's the biggest concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could,
And we don't know what to expect. How Herbert's going to look in this offense too as well.
right.
Very
right.
true.
So it's that's
A lot of unknowns.
a lot of unknowns, man. But hey, man, we appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's been a great show. Make sure to clock in, like the thumbs, man. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We appreciate everybody coming. Hey, we are appreciating the love, man. The chat is going crazy right now. Man, we trying to
Late
get to
night gang,
man.
Salute to you guys, man. We
Go to
got
sleep, you degenerates.
For real, man. we got the best fan base in all of sports.
Man.
You couldn't
Facts.
tell me otherwise,
Facts.
bro.
Hey,
We doing
look.
this. It's 1 a.m, man. Y'all kicking with us, man. Like,
Live, man. Hey, we're excited about game 1. Game 1 against the Chargers, and and we're live in LA, man. Look, this is a classic collab right now. What's going on? Man, Reese Rocks is
This is
a
history,
great
y'all.
show.
It's
Yeah, man,
history.
appreciate it. Martinez says we're all on crackhead status right now.
yeah, it's
Sure,
pretty
for
close. You getting there, man? Shit, like in another what was it? 120, about 40 minutes. Yeah, we had. They clearing the clubs
this
up.
is,
This is King Taco time. you know what I
Around the
mean?
shield after dark. Where the ladies at?
Man, appreciate you coming through, man. Get that work in. He says he's headed to the gym.
Oh,
Hey,
for
man.
sure, for sure.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
get that work in, man.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. Dang, okay.
Yeah, man.
I thought
let's-
I'd get up early for the gym.
Man, facts, man.
Yeah, man. But hey, look, we could talk all day about the Raiders, man. We're excited about the game, obviously. But hey, we pretty much touched on a lot of different topics.
Right.
We talked about Koonce earlier. Big blow to the Raiders defense. Man, initial reaction when I heard it, I was like, you told me about it actually. You were telling me, I'm like, what? Like, it's crazy. I was running around all day today, and I'm like, what? Like, Koonce is on IR. Like, that's gonna be a big hit. But hey, the good teams have depth.
Yeah,
So the Raiders defensive line is getting tested early. We'll see how the defense looks like tomorrow. We'll see how the offense looks like tomorrow. We'll see how Antonio Pierce, man, his debut as head coach, man. Hopefully he gets his act together too as well when it comes to managing the game and calling timeouts at the appropriate time. And, stuff like that matters in the long run. We kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt as a interim head coach. Obviously, never even been a coordinator. He just went from linebacker coach to head coach. And overall, he did a solid job. It's just now this is
Real deal.
it's real deal. You head coach, man, entire season right now. So
Yes.
look, hey man, we appreciate it coming through. It's been a great show. Look, we're gonna
Hey, but before you get out of here, real quick. Non-Raiders. Any players or teams you guys are looking forward to seeing them play tomorrow?
non-Raiders. Probably the quarterbacks. I want to see. I want to see like the Caleb Williams. I want to see. I mean, Michael Penix is not going to play tomorrow, but you know he should have been ready. That's a whole different discussion for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see how the quarterbacks look like. C.J. Stroud. I want to see how he looks like in his second year.
Yeah, with Diggs there now.
Yeah, definitely. I like watching some of the like guys that were drafted obviously early or are projected to have big years, or they're in an offense that suits their skill set. Like I want to see Kyle Murray. Like how does he look like? How does Jaden Daniels look like with the offensive coordinator that should have been our OC, but you know maybe that was a blessing in disguise. Who knows, man? So, I mean, what do you think, Mike?
I want to see the Jets play. I'm gonna be looking closely on that Monday night game.
Return of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's 2 years in the making. We haven't seen that Jets offense under Aaron Rodgers. You know, under his leadership. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're actually bringing. Are they going to be a bust? Are they going to be, as advertised? Like, is Aaron Rodgers bringing? Is he coming back? Like,
yeah, you do me a favor. Can you connect that to the charger real quick?
What? This right here?
Yeah, not to cut you. No, if you could connect it to the outlet.
Oh yeah, I got you. But yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to because
my bad, bro.
Nah, you're good, bro. Aaron Rodgers, yeah. I mean, hold on.
All good. But yeah, Severe, take over real quick, man.
Yeah.
Who are guys that since you posed the question, who are guys that you're looking forward to?
So I saw Quinion Mitchell play yesterday. Very impressed. Very impressed. So that was one of the guys I was looking at. Of course, my guy Latu. I'm a Bruin fan. I talked about how I thought he was the best defensive player in the draft.
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of poo-pooed on it, and then he was the first defensive player taken. So I'm interested to see him play. He's a guy that, as a technician, I was watching some old UCLA games the other day. I was looking at DTR, and I was like, okay, let's see what DTR. So I was watching some games, and I was just like Latu. He's so damn good. I was like, God damn, this dude is good.
Yeah.
And then obviously, the quarterbacks, namely Jaden Daniels, possibly the future starter, and Spencer Rattler. We'll see if Derek Carr makes it out of the first half. But yeah, man, those are the main guys. I'm going to see Bijan too. I'm going to see what Bijan does in year two as well. He really didn't fully unlock his powers last year. So I'm interested to see, with Kirk Cousins there, new offensive coordinator, and Bryce Young. Man, I think Bryce Young took a lot of crap last year, and I don't think he's that bad of a player. I'm hoping he's that bad of a player at least, for the first 3 weeks of the season, and then he can kind of return to form week 4. But I think he got a new head coach there, offensive mind. So I'm looking for him to kind of have a breakout year.
Okay. I mean, Mike, if you want to go ahead and finish the things that you're looking forward to outside of the Raiders.
Yeah, there's a lot of just the Jets in general, man. Like I'm not a Jets fan by any means, but
right.
They're like the East Coast Raiders, though, low-key.
Yeah, kind of right.
They're like the East Coast Raiders.
And they got Breece Hall. Breece Hall is kind of trying to make a comeback. There's a lot of hype behind him. He's a dual threat out of the backfield. He can catch the ball. He could have a 1,000 season.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Does he reach that superstardom status? Like there's a lot of intriguing like storylines. Justin Jefferson. What does he do with Sam Darnold throwing him the ball?
Yeah.
Those are a couple things that I'm looking at and looking forward to seeing.
Neighbors too.
Neighbors
is the guy. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah, man. And another thing too, man. Hey, it's always good to scout the enemy, man. The Broncos do play tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm gonna be paying attention to how Bo Nix looks, that offense looks like, that defense.
Play Seattle. Yeah, Seattle. I want to say, is it Seattle?
Let me check real quick. You said.
Either way, I hope they lose.
A fact.
They do play Seattle. Play Seattle.
Bo Nix throws 5 interceptions.
see our guy, our guy that should have been in our Devin Witherspoon. See what he looks like.
Yeah.
Man, my guy, Raiders Smoke in the building. Man, what a super chat, man. Appreciate the super chat, my guy.
$2 haymaker, baby.
Yeah, sure.
Man, hey, in LA, hyped, man. What it do, fellas, man? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man. Tomorrow's gonna be, man. It's gonna be. Tomorrow, I said tomorrow. It's today. Later today, man.
It's about to go up.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a great game today, man. We're gonna have fun today. Reese Rock says, Anthony Richardson.
Ooh.
He says, will Anthony Richardson make it past the first game?
He better, man. He done.
Man.
You don't got Minshew to bail him out today.
Yeah, hey, that's another guy too as well. I mean, the Colts and Texans game is going to be an interesting game to watch. So I mentioned watching C.J. Stroud, but also Anthony Richardson. Yeah. I was big on Anthony Richardson coming out, but when he got hurt, I could see how his career can go left because he hasn't had a lot of starting experience. That's right. Experience is what he needs in order for him to get better as a quarterback, and for him to get hurt and miss pretty much the entire season last year, which gave Minshew an opportunity, and now fast forward, he's our starting quarterback. But it's just, man, we'll see, man. His play style, he just got to learn how to slide, man. He just got to slide, man. He can't just. He's so big. He feels like he can run over anybody, but I'm not sure. And another thing too is accuracy too. I know you're kind of like, that was one of the things that you kind of said, like you're not really big on it, Severe, was the fact that he needed to work on his accuracy. But I think he's in a perfect situation with Steichen. Yeah. We seen what Steichen did with Jalen Hurts. I think he can probably do the same with Anthony Richardson. Obviously, the sky, his ceiling is above the roof, man. Like it's crazy high. Raider Smoke again. Again, man, my guy with another another super chat, man. Appreciate you.
Man, one more. You got us a 3-rule knockdown.
Exactly, right, man. Exactly.
Call a fight.
He says my old ass need to go to sleep, y'all.
Hey, man, same here, brother. Same here.
Hey, yeah, man. Hey, look. We're excited, man. Hey, the season is here. The week 1 NFL football, obviously the biggest game for us tomorrow is going to be, or later today is going to be the Raiders and Chargers, man. But there's gonna be a whole lot of football to watch, man. If y'all fans of football like we are, man, we're gonna be paying attention to everything that's going around the league. Obviously, Reese Rock says more to prove, Trevor Lawrence or Bryce Young. Ooh, that's a good question.
Dang. Trevor Lawrence.
Bryce Young, though, I think a lot of people are kind of like jumped the gun on him, right? Like he's a bust.
Yeah, he was in a horrible situation.
But his situation was so bad.
Yeah.
It's Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence had a horrible situation year 1, but he's had a pretty solid situation since then.
It's
and
the reason why they brought Mac Jones over there.
Yeah, man.
Mac Jones, you could argue that he could be a starter somewhere.
No, Mac Jones ain't gonna do nothing with the Jack. He's not threatened. They just.
I know he's not threatening him, right? But what I'm saying is, like, you bring a guy who was once a starter to be the backup.
Basically, but they just gave him like a huge contract, though, man.
Yeah,
like that's
true.
But they kind of had to.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah,
man.
that's what the market dictates. Like when you have a quarterback, you don't have to even be elite, but if you're just good enough, you're gonna get paid. Look, Jordan Love got a $50 million contract for like 55.
He towards MCL too, so he's gonna be going for a minute.
So, a guy like him getting paid, just tells you the rest of the guys are getting paid too. So
yeah, man. Hey, Daniel Kim, man, I thought you was knocked out right now, man. What a super chat! But I appreciate the super chat.
$5 haymaker.
Yeah, man. He says last one for the trifecta, man. Raiders.
Yes,
I got you, bro. I got you, man.
Get to sleep, bro. Get to sleep.
Yeah, facts.
Man, appreciate the super chat, man. We're gonna be out there, man, tailgating tomorrow before the game, man. It's gonna be a great. I mean, I keep saying tomorrow, man. I gotta knock out, man. I gotta. But later today, man. But hey, look, it's been a great show. Like I said, hey, just do us a favor. Make sure to clock in. We're going live on all our channels, so make sure to hit the like button. Clock in, like the thumbs. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so be notified when we go live. Because sometimes people say, oh, we missed a live, this, that, and third. well, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we drop new content. Also comment too as well, because our weekly show that we do with Around the Shield, we do Around the Nation, and we want to incorporate y'all and how y'all feel and things like that. It's a good way to connect with y'all. So you want to make sure that you leave comments after any one of our videos, including, obviously our Around the Shield episode, weekly episode. But look, like I said, hey, we're excited to watch this Raider Chargers game. We wanted it's special. This is a special late night edition. We're not gonna do this too often, so make sure to just hit that like button, man. Just go ahead. It's simple, but hey, Severe, man, let the people know where they can find you.
You guys know what it is, man. This Severe Raider here on YouTube, on IG, on Snapchat, TikTok, X. All that good stuff, man. Be on the lookout for us today. If I say tomorrow myself, today, later on today at the game, man. We're gonna be doing some interesting content. Me and Pharaoh, man, and then we gonna hit y'all with another one, man. If this wasn't, we hit y'all on Friday. We hitting y'all on Sunday morning. Y'all gonna get another one tomorrow or later on today. So be on the lookout for that as well. Then as well, also the 50-50 show coming your way as well, man. So just be on the lookout. Look for that W tomorrow as well.
Yep.
There you go, man. Mike, man, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to.
Man, you can find me in about another 30 minutes at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Mike ain't eating that, man. Mike don't eat that no more, man.
Man, Big Mike Raider IG, Big Mike Raider on X, man. That's where I'm at, man. And like we said, there's more to come, man. We got the full season ahead, and we about to whoop the Chargers' ass tomorrow, man. I'm excited.
Hey, man, y'all in the chat be y'all hilarious. But yeah, man, hey, look, PharoahNFL all over social media, PharoahNFL. We do weekly show Around the Shield. We drop episodes every Friday. Obviously, me and Severe every Tuesday evening. We do 50-50 show. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell. And hey, we also all drop content. Just tune in. But tomorrow we will be at the Chargers game, or later today. Hey man, hey look, later today we will be at the Chargers game tailgating. So hopefully we get to see y'all there. Don't be afraid to say what's up, man. Hey, we're there to have a good time. We appreciate everybody coming through. Also, we will have a post-game show. Me, Severe, Big Mike Raider, we will have a post-game show. So make sure to stay tuned for that as well, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. Any last thoughts?
Nah, man.
That's it, man.
W tomorrow, baby.
That's it.
That's it, man. Raiders, the Pads gonna be talking tomorrow, man. That's later today.
All right.
The Pads will be talking.
All right, man. We'll see y'all later today, man. Appreciate everybody coming through.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Team captain.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.